Do you ever feel that you have to have some holdback because you feel that whatever you may tell them, they may use it against you in the future? And I'll elaborate more on it later, but, drop some comments on that. I want to see what y'all think about that and see if you're ever just want to shield yourself, or are you afraid to let the shield down because you are afraid that someone will use it against, or whatever you may say, against you in the future. So drop your comments on that.
Life can be beautiful if you let it.
In the bowl.
Yo, what do you know? Welcome to your Bold Podcast. Shout out to Hustle 5 Ways for hosting. I'm your host, Naz.
You got Tallman, live from Dubai.
And as always, In the Bold Podcast is sponsored by your #1 nation's own mobile hookah provider, CSHA2U, where they not only do wholesale distribution, private events, but they take that experience to that next level. What's happening? What's going on?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling, man. I've been I think I had a revelation. I think I may be one of the luckiest, folks in the world out here, man. I think I just, when I don't focus on certain things just happen to happen, right?
Okay.
So and this shit happened twice. The most random shit in the world. So, and this goes to me cutting my hair. And yes, I cut my hair, right?
All right.
And if you ask me, I'm actually kind of nice with the blade, but that's a whole nother conversation. So today I'm shaving, and I dropped the razor, and I use a detachable razor on it.
All right.
I dropped it. That thing bounced. And then the detachable razor part bounced right into the toilet.
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie, dog. It reminded me of the old McDonald's commercial. The you know what I'm saying? The basketball joints are like off the wall, off the counter, off the towel rack, into the fucking bowl. That shit just, no pun intended, that shit just blew me. That shit was, that shit just blew me. And then the other time, same thing. Like, I dropped the clipper one time, and literally just the direction of the clipper just falls right into the toilet. And I'm like, ain't this about it? So yeah, man, I look at that as the glass half full, man. I feel, even when I don't try, shit just happens. Good shit. Nah.
Now, everyone wants to know, how did you get the blade out the toilet? Did you just, reach right in with your hands? Did you get the COVID gloves? Did you get something and fish it out? How did you get it out, or did you just flush it down?
Nah, man, I wasn't trying to mess up that. Unfortunately, I had to get the gloves, man. I had to get, the long latex gloves you do dishes with. I had to get the gloves, man, and so I lost a pair of clippers and lost a fresh blade. But such is life. You win some, you lose some.
Oh man! So you put the gloves on up to the elbow to make sure you didn't get no toilet water on you, huh?
I mean, I did my best. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh man! Hey, well, before we get started, man, we gotta do our cheers. I've already had a few sips over here. Don't want to be rude, man. Hey, to another week.
There we go. Nah, but yeah, definitely, man. On a lighter note, you know what I'm saying? The folks, again, as always, came through from CSHA2U. They're telling me about, again, another special that they got going on. They got specials on these big boys right here.
Oh man.
The traditional ones. Yeah, man, this thing pulls like a champ. Thing pulls like a champ. They got the gold trim on it. And they said, anyone that hits us up through the DM, get that special on this. So definitely, hit them up, and that special person will get a lovely, lovely discount on this. And like I said, they got many more. So don't fret. Just hit them up.
That's what's up, man.
They
Those
pulls like a
Egyptian
champ.
hookahs are beautiful, man. Beautiful.
They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Design nice and they pull great.
Exactly. Great smoke.
There you go.
Great
Great
addition
smoke.
to anyone's, hookah collection. You definitely got to have one in there. That's a staple. You got all kind of, new variations of hookahs coming out, but that traditional one, man, that thing right there is timeless.
Yeah, a lot of people like the pretty ones that light up. They look all, razzle dazzle. But I'm like the old school, man. I'm just like, give me the traditional, give me the solid pull. I know what I'm about to get. It works every time.
I agree with you, man. I like the colorful ones because they're nice to have on display, or nice when you're out in the backyard or the patio or the deck at night. It's nice little ambiance. But those traditional hookahs, man, you can never go wrong with that. It's always a solid pull, a solid smoking session every time out the box.
Facts, 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 facts. And like you say, keep it clean. You ain't got nothing to worry about. They will last you a long time.
Exactly. Exactly.
So what's up, man? What's going on, man? I see. I know last time we was talking, you was about to head out to
Yeah.
Paris. You know, what was that like?
Yeah.
You gotta let us know.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Lot to catch up on and unpack on that one. As I was trying to get everything set up in Paris when I was out there last week to do the podcast, but that hotel Wi-Fi just was not cooperating, man.
Yeah,
Not at
that
all, man.
happened.
Plus, the time difference, it would have been what 3 in the morning out there, so that would have been a heavy lift and turn around and work a full day. But Paris was cool, man. I think the first two things I noticed off the break about Paris was one, the climate difference, because coming from
Mm,
the desert, where we're averaging about 100 degrees out here a day, it was like 65, 70. And your boy was not prepared, for the weather. I had like one track jacket and I had a jacket for work, but definitely it was hoodie season out there. And I'm a
mm,
man that loves hoodies, so I'm disappointed that I did not have a couple of hoodies to rock out there because one of the biggest things I've seen with traveling internationally is in the U.S. When we travel on planes, they give you 50 pounds in your suitcase. So I've kind of been beholden to that. But flying international, they give you about 74, 75 pounds. So I
mm.
definitely had more space and weight in the duffel bag that I did not take advantage of, and I will not get caught slipping, again, because like I said, man, it was brick out there. But I got a little bit of a little taste of spring weather with pollen, which I
Mm.
did not even think about. As I know a couple episodes ago, we were joking around. Well, I definitely had jokes, about the pollen, in the DMV area, all the congestion and what everybody was dealing with. And hey, man, the pollen smacked me around for at least 2 or 3 days out there.
Is that change? It'll get you,
Hey,
especially that drastic change, that quick one, man. It activate everything.
yeah, yeah, exactly, man, exactly. And out in Paris, well, out in France, it's like, man, it felt like COVID didn't really exist because there are no mask requirements anywhere. So that was another shock. Walking through the airport, and, restaurants and everywhere else, the hotel. I'm at breakfast at like 7 in the morning, and I'm down in the restaurant. Well, I swear it's about 200 people,
Mm.
and I think I saw like two or three masks. So I felt a little weird the first day, being one of the only three with a mask on. But as the week went on, I got a little more comfortable. 'Cause you know how it starts with the mask, man. First you got it covering, your mouth and your nose. Then when you start
Yeah,
to get a little comfortable, you pull it down so your nose is exposed so you can breathe out.
yeah.
Then that next step is now you're wearing it around your chin, covering your beard. And then the third step is, you just got to mask around, your hand or your arm. And then the fourth step is your mask is just in your pocket. Fifth
In your
step,
pocket.
you just lost your mask. You're looking for your mask. Like, oh man, I got a mask in here somewhere. So that was definitely different because we've been wearing masks for so long. It's like masks have become a part of us. We joked around that you leave the house
Yeah.
and you forget your mask, man. It's like leaving your phone and leaving your wallet. So I had to get used to that. But I'm gonna tell you the wild thing though, man. Day one, me and my lady, we went to go check out the Eiffel Tower. It's like, all right, let's try to do some tourist stuff on day one, because every other day I had to work. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I think King's Dominion kind of ruined the Eiffel Tower experience for me because I got the Eiffel Tower and I wasn't wild.
Yeah, you had the wow factor.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't have the wow factor. 'Cause I'm looking at it, old, rusty. Okay, at night it lit up, but I mean, we've been going to King's Dominion, for 30 plus years. So we've been looking at the Eiffel Tower or Eiffel Tower like structure for our whole lives. So it's like it wasn't anything big to me, man. I mean, it was a good view to be able to, see, all the city, but just didn't give me that nostalgic, moment that I was looking for.
That's what's up. Now, and it sucks when something like that happens, right? When you go somewhere and you want to experience, right? Especially like a staple, right? And what they, that's a huge landmark. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
got to speak on that, right? And like you said, a lot of people try to imitate things, and you see it, be like, all right, it's an imitation of it, right? But
exactly.
yeah, man, it kind of sucks that it blow it that it ruined that moment. But I've been in the Eiffel Tower, once or twice, and it's I don't know. You just look at it, you're like, oh, all right, so this is what the landmark is, and a lot there, But I think, like you said, I mean, following you on the gram and just catching up with you, it's like there's so much other stuff there, right? There's a lot of other
Yeah,
shit going on, and it's a lot more of the culture there than just that landmark.
exactly.
I know they got that bridge with the locks on it, that Love Bridge or something like that.
And the Love Bridge is gone now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. I don't know if it was because of environmental reasons, but yeah, the bridge is no more.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have
It's
seen that. Damn, all them locks on there. Damn, what happened to that?
Nah, I feel for the dude or the dudes or the individuals who had to
Yeah,
cut the locks off that bridge because that's like man, that's at least a good week of just snipping locks every single day, man. That's a full time gig right there.
that's a full-time gig right there, and that's crazy. That is crazy. Now, just imagine those who had locks on there and they try to go back.
Yeah, 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 man. It's like carving your name in a tree and coming back and finding the tree got cut down, man. It's one of those things.
Shit happens, right? Shit happens.
Exactly. But it's crazy because the Arc de Triomphe or something like that. I'm always butchering names,
Mm,
but that's like the wildest circle slash roundabout that I've ever been in my life because it's like the light turns green and everybody just driving around it. There's no rhyme or reason. It's like organized chaos. Because I'm in the back of the Uber and I'm watching a dude drive around. I'm like, all right, there's no lanes, there's no instructions. You got people just cutting towards the middle, people cutting towards the end, people dodging in and out. You got a couple people who are running through the circle to try to get to the middle of it.
playing Frogger and shit.
Exactly. It's crazy because I was walking back to the hotel one day and me and one of my colleagues, we said, all right, man, we'll take a walk up the strip, back to the hotel. It was like, 3 kilometer walk, so it wasn't too bad. And we got to the Arc de Triomphe, and we're looking, and we're like, all right, so what do we do? Are we gonna cut across the middle, or are we gonna go all around the edges and spend an extra, 10 or 15 minutes, waiting at each
Yeah.
one of the intersections across the street? And when we saw two folks zipping across, man. Almost got hit by the big tour bus, the hop on, hop off bus.
Yeah.
Almost got hit by a cab. I was like, yeah, that's probably not the direction I want to take. I'm not trying to get hit by a bus.
Yes,
My
that's a
first
good way
couple
to
of
ruin.
days
That's
out
a good way
here.
to ruin a trip. That's a good way to ruin a trip.
Exactly. I'm not trying to go out like that, man. I don't want people at the funeral and repast talking about, yeah, man, Tall man was a good dude, but everybody cracking jokes about me getting smacked by a bus.
We got smacked by a bus.
Exactly. I wasn't trying to give you all that kind of ammo, man. So I took the safe route.
That's a rough way to
Across,
go out.
across. Exactly, exactly. I mean, it's memorial. It's memorable. Definitely it makes for a good story. But I wasn't trying to go out like that. But that was just wild watching people, and the longer I was there, and kind of seeing how people were going through there, it was like, I kind of get that you all know what you're doing, and it's definitely not for the timid. You have to be from Paris or from France to navigate that. Because if you're a straight tourist and you're out there in like a little rental or something, man, you are going to do something stupid.
So did you end up trying, or you said I'm gonna let that one for the next trip?
Nah, no, I'm gonna save that for the next trip. I mean, the one thing that we did do that I've always talked so much trash about is those little Uber scooters, man. Because I remember, we were at a happy hour in DC, and you linked up with me so we could ride back together. And you were like, "Hey, dog, I hopped on a scooter and came over here." And I remember I was trash talking you so much, man. So for that, I do apologize, but I did hop my 6'4" tail, on the Uber scooter, man. And
That's
it was a
funny.
little,
That
it was
is
it was a
funny.
little fun. It was a little
Yeah,
fun, It
they
it,
are
it brought me
fun,
back.
man. They are fun. I'm not gonna lie, man. You zipping through, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Them things be zipping. Them
Yeah,
things can move, and you hit the wrong bump, man. You overboard right there. You down goes Frazier right there.
exactly. And I was trying to be a little cautious. We had just left dinner and
Yeah.
had a few beverages. So I was trying to be mindful of that as uh, as we were zipping around. But it was definitely fun, man. I'll definitely do that again. I was even in the store looking at some scooters, and I was like, I could get me a little scooter out here, man. Just ride up to the market or ride up to my hookah spot and just park it outside.
Put an alarm on it. Beep beep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's the crazy thing about Dubai, because what I mean, it's so safe out here, and there's not a lot of crime or a lot of theft. Where you could, just park your scooter on the curb, and I mean, 9 times out of 10, when you come back out the restaurant, out the store, your scooter's gonna be there, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's just cameras everywhere. If somebody steals your scooter, they're gonna go to the CCTV and be like, "Yeah, it was this guy here. This is what he's wearing." 2 days later, we got your scooter back. So I'm definitely thinking about that for the fall. Because not the summer though, because it's too hot out here just to be riding around. Because we were outside at work yesterday, and it was like 107,
yeah.
and one of my coworkers described it best. He was like, "Yeah, it kind of felt like you was sitting outside under the hair dryer because the breeze was blowing, and it was a hot
Mm.
breeze. Because you know how a breeze is usually refreshing. It's like, oh man, that breeze feels good. Man, breeze felt good for maybe all of 30 seconds, and after that,
Yeah.
reality, kind of, smacks you in the face. No pun intended.
There's nothing worse than a stale breeze, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, damn, it's just hot air blowing on you. It's like when you get in the
Exactly,
car, you gotta keep the windows down because you got all that fresh hot air coming at you.
exactly, exactly. But there was a restaurant that we had checked out for dinner, and I didn't even connect the dots on it until the next day at work. I was talking to my colleagues. You remember the guy Salt Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a Turkish guy. He has a restaurant in Paris. It's called Bay Steaks. And we had walked by one night, and we saw a group of individuals sitting near the window, eating steak. And we were like, all right, that looks nice. So we wanted to go check it out. We had the beef short ribs. And when the dude came to the table, with the cart and everything. I looked at it, I said, all right, this about to be a presentation, So I got the camera out, I started videotaping it, and it definitely was a presentation. The way they prepared it and served it, and it didn't even click at first because the guy did his wrist up and sprinkled some salt on it. And I'm like, all right, I mean, it ain't gotta be that fancy, I don't need that much salt, but I appreciate it.
Hmm.
But talking to my colleagues, put two and two together, they were like, yeah, that's a Salt Bay's restaurant. And I'm like, oh, the dude's name is really Salt Bay. I just thought that was a meme. I had no idea, man. So I was educated,
Yeah, I thought that was a
on
meme. I
Salt
know
Bay.
that was his real name from what
Yeah,
he goes
exactly.
by.
Exactly. And it was a group sitting beside us that had like a tomahawk steak.
Mm.
And I'm like, man, this place, really gets it right. And it wasn't too bad because luckily with the dollar and the euro, $1 equaled, dollar, well, $1 equaled, 1.06 euros. So the conversion rate was user friendly out there right now. So that worked
Hmm.
out well. But
Yeah,
it was definitely good eats. Tried out some shisha spots out there. I think
yeah.
hit three or four of them. Hit one traditional Lebanese spot over
Hmm.
in the Latin Quarter. I mean, this place was nice, man. I mean, the hookah was pulling great. It had the heat management device on it, so that was nice. It gave you, a bottle of water, gave you some dates, gave you a little bowl of mixed nuts at the end. They served you some tea, and the hookah was good. I mean, the only thing they were missing in there was like a TV. I mean,
Hmm.
for some entertainment. It was real quiet, but they had the music on, so that was cool. And came across another spot. Had some quality hookah. So definitely got my hookah fix while I was out there. But I think that the wildest thing that I came across was in the taxi one morning. Me and my colleagues put a taxi, and we drove to a protest. As we were driving down, had the windows cracked. It's still COVID. So being in a closed environment with people you really don't know. Like I've been
Yeah,
cracking windows, get a little breeze in here, and you could hear the chanting. And of course, the chanting was in French. So you couldn't quite make out what they were saying,
yeah.
but you could tell they were passionate about something.
Mm.
So as we approached, started, seeing all this smoke and all this stuff. So I'm like, man, is something on fire? Is this safe to be kind of driving through? Because the cab driver, well, the Uber driver is just driving like it's a normal day. And
Lay
I'm
out my
sitting here
way.
like, exactly. I'm like, I've seen enough movies to, you drive through a protest, people banging on the car, smacking the car, trying to flip the car over. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking worst case scenario, and we're driving through the smoke. I see the smoke canisters, then I see, a whole bunch of, police running in that direction. So I'm like, I guess we got through there, just in time. And I talked to my colleague, and they're like, yeah, protests happen, quite often around here. So, okay, all
Hmm.
right. So that wasn't something out the norm, I just went with it. But
Yeah.
it's different seeing a protest versus driving through a protest.
Two different
You
perspectives
know,
on that.
exactly. Exactly. And tried, the hamburger and fried egg. I was trying to see how the egg was going to be prepared. I'm not a guy who likes a runny yolk. I like my,
Mm.
my yolk, fried hard. So, it
Yeah.
came out and it was a runny yolk. So for the longest part, I kind of picked around the edges and
Yeah.
it's like, all right, let me give it a go. And, had a little escargot out there, the snails, so I checked that box. I've done it. Probably won't do it again for another 20 plus years, but again, I mean,
Yeah.
it's what they're known for. They're known for pastries, crepes, and escargot. So,
Mm.
I had to try it out, man.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't know if I can get down with escargot. I feel like I have a decent palate, but I don't think that's one I'm about to venture off into.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to find the one because it was a spot out there that someone told me about where, they're already out the shell. They serve like a butter sauce and, a little piece of bread and it's eaten like that. So I was trying to get there, but by the time made it near the area that restaurant was in. There was a big soccer game, the Champions League final in Paris on Saturday. So Friday night, a lot of people from Spain and the UK were in town and hanging at the Irish pub. So the area was just crazy. So we had to just try where we were, and yeah, it was different. Very very
Okay.
unique taste. I'll leave it at that. Very unique.
Yeah, I got you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. It seemed like Perry owes you nothing. It was a good time.
Yeah, man, it was good, man. Check the box, and I do want to get back and check out the south of France. Get down to some of the wineries down there, and much
Yeah,
warmer climate. So throughout my travels, and to see if I can make it back on that side. But yeah,
yeah.
Paris. Yeah, I'm good on Paris though. I'm good for a while, man.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I'm kind of in the same boat. I do want to make it to Champagne and make it to Hennessy and get out there and check out those spots. Just check out that side of the country.
Yeah,
So it's on the list, on the to-do list.
exactly, exactly. But we were just coming off Memorial Day weekend. I know Memorial Day
Yeah.
weekend and the states, and especially the DMV, is always big because it's the official summer kickoff. Pools are open. Cookouts are in abundance. So what you get into for Memorial Day weekend?
Actually, you know what I'm saying? We threw a little kickback, a little hangout, do some stuff on the grill, and just kicked
Okay.
it, man. Just like I said, kicked off that summer. That's what they say. Even though it ain't the official summer, it is the official kickoff. Though, like you say, pools open, people out
Yeah.
and about. The weather was perfect, so you couldn't really ask for anything better than that. So it was a good time, man. Just hang out with some good folks, just chill. The city
Okay.
was live though. They had a lot going on.
I
There were
heard.
parties all over the place, man. It was busy. It was definitely busy. So it was a good time. Like I said, the weather was perfect, so everyone was out. Everyone was out.
That's
Sun's
what's
out.
up,
Sun's
man.
out. It was summertime. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. So it was a good time, man. It was a really good time. But yeah, I don't know, man. Memorial Day is always like one of those things where people look forward to a long weekend. But then also when you think about it, for those that have served, what I'm saying, definitely, a memory of them, and definitely appreciate, you definitely, those that gave their lives, you know,
Yeah.
um, that was part of their mission, kind of being selfless act, So, because of that, I definitely just can't shy away from that. What I'm saying, I have family
Exactly.
members and stuff like that, so we can't shy away from that. But Memorial Day weekend, like I said, it was a long weekend. It was a good weekend. The weather was perfect, and I think people look forward, especially coming off the pandemic. I mean, we got some new variants coming up, but people was out, and I don't even think anyone knew what a mask was.
Man, I feel you because Memorial Day, outside the country, it doesn't have that same shine to it.
Mm,
Got back, I actually got back on Memorial Day, and was talking about going down to the butcher shop and grabbing some stuff, for the grill, but just that week of being, out and about, and being a tourist in the evening after work, you know, once we got back, Saturday was just, well, excuse me, Sunday was just a lazy day, catch up on some
mm,
shows and relax and said, I well, may try to cook out on Monday, and Monday turned into a day of adulting, ended up going to like a farmer's market, going to the grocery store, had to get a car wash, because got back here and both trucks were just sitting in the garage. So it looked like, the vehicles had been abandoned, for like a year. They were just covered in dust.
mm,
So I had to get the truck washed at the farmers market. It's 15 dirhams. So 15 dirhams breaks down to about $5 US.
That's
But
love.
once again, can't beat that $5 hand car wash.
That's love right there. Shit.
Yes, yes, that was great. So maybe throw some stuff on the grill this weekend. Gotta check out the weather though, because we're at the point now where it's like nighttime grilling. It's no grilling in the middle of the afternoon. Grilling has to be a strategic thing because
Yeah.
when it's 100 degrees outside, standing in the sun, and you're standing by a grill, man, that's torturous. You can do it in the wintertime when it's cold because that heat off the grill is comforting, it's soothing.
Hmm.
But middle of summer, man, it's brutal. But definitely gotta get something on that grill, man. So
No, that's
we'll
what's
see,
up.
we'll see. So what else is going on, man?
Man, if we talk about, kicking off the summer and, Memorial Day and just being out and about, the weather being nice, they got this
Yeah.
new trend going on, man. They got this new phenomenon of the male hoochie shorts.
Mm, okay. So that's what y'all doing in
And
the States?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can just get down with that. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple of my buddies that partake in those. You know what I'm saying, that wardrobe, and you know. But I don't know if I can get down with that. It's like that very thin line between the super thin, or what they call them, not tight jeans, yeah, skinny
Yeah.
jeans. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's a difference between skinny jeans and jeans that fit you, right? So I'm not saying you sitting there wearing wide legs or nothing like that, you know. But it's funny. It seems like the females are going to, their style is now more the baggy jeans, the stylish jeans,
Okay.
and dudes is out here wearing, I don't know, man, like nut huggers, man. Like I just don't get it.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? Like they wearing
yeah.
these, and it's just, I don't know, man. I just don't know if I can rock out with that, man. It's I don't know, man. That's just a look right there. That, hey, you know what I'm saying? If that's your style, hey, so be it, man. But I think there should be a rule of thumb that your jeans or your shorts got to at least hit your knees. It's like
Yeah.
I think there should be a rule somewhere written down, not in pencil, in ink, that just needs to be a permanent rule that all shorts got to hit your knees. And I'll,
Yeah.
I'll give you the
I
top of
agree.
your knee. I'll give you the top of your knee to the middle of your knee. But when you start getting in them 6, 7 inch shorts, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know if motherfuckers trying to show off leg day or whatever, man. But you like, come on, man. What you doing? But it's the new wave.
Wow.
That's what they doing in the States. And I don't know, man. It's just, that's on the borderline of like dudes taking bubble baths.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
me,
man.
you know what I'm
Bath
saying? So
bombs,
whether
man.
however you may
Yeah.
feel about it, I don't know, man. That's just a little bit too far, man. Like, I can understand if you have an injury, that's one thing. I can understand if you're about to go work out, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? You want to be mobile, you want to make sure you have full movement of your knees and your joints. But I don't know about that, dude. Just don't just you might as well take a bath bomb. Like, I don't know about that, dude.
Yeah, that's a wild one, man. Because I agree, with the shorts to the knees, and it's almost like like nuns in Catholic school with like women's skirts. They measure it to make sure it's hitting at the right point, man. We
Yeah.
may have to bring it out for for dudes. It's like, hey, man, look, too short. You got a violation right here, man.
Yes.
Because I mean, I feel the same way even about swim trunks. I'm not trying
Yeah.
to be the European guy, showing, too much thigh because I mean, it just feels weird. So it's like, hey, if it's hitting the knee or right above the knee, it's like, that's cool, man. But to walk around in public, like that. I'm with you, man. I can't get down with that one. I mean, if you are running somewhere, you're playing soccer or athletic or track or
Yeah,
something,
you're right. Exactly. There
okay,
you go.
yeah, that's acceptable because that's a part of the outfit. Like you said, it's built for performance.
You're right.
But if you're just wearing that out to brunch or something, I mean, that's wild. And dudes trying to see, who has the shortest shorts. It just feels really weird. It's that's one reversal I can't get behind. I mean,
Man.
like you said, I mean, women are wearing, baggier clothes, and I'm not getting into, anything with gender and trying to sound, sexist, but it does sound like the roles have been reversed because if you would have asked me 6 months ago, could I envision grown men, walking around with, short shorts on and, competing to see who has the shortest shorts on? Man, I would be like, you are out your mind, man. There's no way that's going to happen and transpire. But that's wild. That's wild. I mean, like you
Yeah.
said, it's a new trend. I hope that trend, maintains in the States and doesn't venture over to this part of the
Sure.
world because something we're definitely not looking to engage in. But
Yeah.
to those of you who are doing it, definitely would love to hear your feedback and your comments to what inspired you to go this route and what you're getting out of this because it just seems real weird. That's the best way to put it. It just seems really weird. You
Yeah, it's like someone gave him the pass. It's like, all right, someone gave you the green light to wear. You know what? You can wear hoochie shorts. Go and wear it. And I think just even having that name right there, right? You're like, yeah, I mean, it's like Daisy Dukes, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
don't try to put a hip name to it. Like, call it what it is, man. You wearing Daisy Dukes, man. Just and accept it. Accept your truth. That's who you are. That's what you want to do, right? You want to follow that trend, but yeah, I think that's where the buck stops there, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to each his own, do you? But yeah,
yeah,
not
yeah,
over.
exactly,
Yeah, you
exactly.
don't.
And
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't ride in my car, but still good people.
nah,
Do what you gotta do.
nah,
You know what I'm saying?
nah. And I can say with absolute confidence that the world will never see tall man in some little shorts, walk around. I can't even fathom me checking myself out in the mirror in some little shorts before I leave the house. It just doesn't sit well with
I mean, what do you ask yourself? Do you ask yourself, "Hey, are these short enough?
me.
Hey, how's this? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you gotta, like, again, I want to ask y'all, like, what do you ask yourself, or what do you tell yourself that this is the perfect length shorts for them to be that high?
Yeah, yeah, definitely interested in that feedback because, like I said, I would love to hear the rationale because maybe it's something I'm missing. I don't know. They say as you start to get older, you start to get out of touch, with trends and things of that nature. And I don't know. I mean, June is upon us. We both got birthdays coming up. Maybe it's us.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we're the outsiders, you know, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm comfortable with being the outsider on this
you and me both, man. You and me both.
one. So what you got?
Well, first and foremost, rest in peace to Master P's daughter. I know she passed away this week. I don't have all the details of exactly what happened, but I know in his statement, there was a lot of talk about, mental health and things of that nature. So not sure what she was dealing with or what her struggles were, but
Yeah,
rest in peace, to her, and condolences to the family, and this reminds people to check on your friends and check on
yeah,
yourself, and make sure all is well, man, because times are wild and everything, with the pandemic and hate to use the word inflation, but high gas prices and food prices, and people losing jobs and everything else under the
Mass
sun, man. It's
shootings.
mass shootings, man. It's definitely rough out there.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And even speaking of mass shootings, right? We we definitely, we talk about, how this world is right now. I find it just insane how, when we talk about that school shooting in Texas and how the parents were sitting there trying to justify the killing and say, oh, this, he is not a menace. He is not, a bad person. If he
Yeah,
ain't a bad person, I don't know what the fuck a bad person is then. I think I got the whole thing wrong then. Maybe
yeah,
that's something
no,
about
I
somebody
agree.
outside on. Because to me, it's I think you have to sometimes accept certain things and sometimes who people are, right? And it's just, it's just the whole beginning to end of it, right? And
Yeah,
it's just sad that and honestly, it's kind of upsetting that it makes you want to check out the parents too,
yeah,
right? For them to even try to rationalize that.
yeah,
You kind of want to see like, all right, well, obviously he ain't cut from, he's cut from the same cloth, especially if they think like that, you know.
yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think this world is just accept some of the wildest norms right now, and it's just fucking scary. I know, like I was reading comments on it. I know a lot of people are mad about it. Again, I know a lot of people have the same sentiments on it, but like sometimes you gotta accept people for who they are, and these, the fucking
Yeah,
menace, and it's definitely like you say, it's a lot going on out in the world, and you got to check on folks. So even for 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 that individual, checking on them, like trying to figure out what his thought and how he even got to that point, to try to attempt to kill his grandmother and then drive and then find himself at a school, lock himself inside of a classroom and just spray. It's fucked up,
yeah.
man. It's fucked up. It's scary.
It is, and there's so much politics involved with it. I hope that some of these issues, folks can put politics to the side and just address the root cause issues because everything's not a debate. Some things are pretty cut and dry, but again, everybody has their stances and opinions, and we're not going to turn into political podcast, but
Yeah.
you're right, man. It's a wild world we're living in. You know, be careful and keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah, nah, like, I definitely, pray for the families. Besides, I was reading this one and so I was like, it's just time for it's enough of the prayers and thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Now it's time for some action,
Yeah,
right? And some change because something's gotta change because this shit is getting out of hand, especially for how many people we've lost, how many people have been involved with mass shootings, It's it's fucking scary, you can't even go to the grocery store, you just mind your business, it's a kid in
yeah,
school,
yeah,
and you expect your kid to go to school and come back. And I'm not gonna lie, me being as a new father, it's, we looking at daycares now, we looking at
yeah,
it, right? And, the first one I just toured, I was sitting there just instantly thinking, about that situation. It's just like, you just don't know, it's that unknown. And it's just scary, having to release, just letting your child out there in the world, knowing that there are people like that out here that just really are up to no good.
yeah, yeah. It puts you in a defensive you know state of mind. As I know everywhere I go, I'm looking at exits and different ways to get out. And I
Hmm.
mean, it's sad that you gotta be like that, but I mean, you gotta expect the unexpected. And
Yeah, to the
it's
point to where
wild.
you don't even, to the point to where you don't, when you go to a restaurant, you don't even want to sit with your back to the door. You know?
Oh yeah, that definitely not, and that you know, that's something I do, and I always look and I want to say it came from that old mobsters mentality that that you don't want to put your back to the door. You always want to see them coming at you.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
I mean it's true though, and I know we go to restaurants and it's like no, I'm gonna take the seat right here. So that way
yeah,
I can kind of
man.
kind of see what's going on, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just something I don't know, man. It's sad that we gotta train our mind to think like that. We just can't go out and have a good meal because you just don't know. Be some nut out there acting all stupid.
But on another note, man, I see your boy Kanye or Ye, however he wants to be addressed these days. I see his sports agency is kicking off, man. What do you think about his next venture?
Like I said, I mean, he's kind of dibble dabbling in everything. You know what I'm saying? I think he's creating his brand. You know what I'm saying? He already has a very, 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 you know, influential brand out there that, you know what I'm saying? And you recognize it, people love it, no matter what his thoughts are and what his actions are, people support it. And now he's going to open up a sporting agency. And I
Yeah,
just feel like it's I don't know. I'm interested to see what he does. He got what, Jaylen Brown from the Celtics, his first athlete.
yeah,
So we'll see. And I mean, that's a pretty good pick. I mean, they about to go to the championship. You know, to the final. So it's
yeah.
I don't know. I am interested to see what he does, and but I think no matter what people say of where his mind is, right, or what I'm saying, what his thoughts are, his political views, some of his steps or his actions he have taken, you know, he's doing something right. He's
Yeah,
doing
no, he
something
is.
right. There are a lot of
He
people trying
is.
to emulate him and or imitate him, and yeah, man, it's can't be mad at that. He out here hustling,
No,
grinding.
he is. He is. And speaking of the NBA Finals, now I gotta get in my early morning, mindset of trying to catch some of these games because I definitely missed a good chunk of the season.
Mm,
I saw some of the playoffs, caught in highlights, try to catch up on a couple sports shows to kind of see what's going on and who's in, who's out. I'm definitely gonna have to set my alarm a little early in the morning to try to catch some of the finals, because
yeah,
June is upon us, and after the NBA finals, we got that dry spell in sports,
yeah,
where it's not too much going on until August, so I'm not really a baseball fan. I can go to a baseball game, have a couple beverages and sit out and enjoy it, but to watch it on TV, that's just not gonna get it done. That feels like 3 hours of my life that I will never get back. So definitely got to check out some of the finals, so I can be engaged in conversations. The folks been talking about the playoffs, and I've been just sitting out of my head like,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
No, I
No
feel you.
value
I feel you.
added.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. It's time you gotta turn on that sports news on. You gotta get the highlights, get the cliff notes of it. But that's how it is, though. You gotta. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a pretty decent. I think it's gonna go game. I think it's gonna at least go to game 6, 7. That's what I see. I think I'm
Good.
gonna. Yeah, I think it should be good. I don't even know who I'm gonna put it on yet, man. But I think it's gonna be a solid one. I think it's fairly even.
Yeah, it looks
You
that way.
know, I think it's just because, everyone. I think all those on the Celtics. I think they know their roles. I think they play well together.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So, Bama Smart, he's killing it. He's a beast. He's killing it.
Yeah,
He's nice. He's nice. So, I'm interested to see what happens.
it would be cool, man. And before we get out of here, I know I still haven't watched the whole thing yet, but the verses. you know, 8 Ball and MJG and UGK. You know, it was
Yeah,
you know, I caught the first 30 minutes of it.
yeah,
You know, and so far, you know, I'm pretty, you know, and impressed with it, and you know, I gotta check it out. And I know you being a huge, you know, UGK fan. You know, every time I get
yeah.
in the car with you, you know, at least 3 of the 5 tracks are going to be, you know, UGK. You know, I definitely wanted to, you know, tap in with you and see what you thought about the verses, man, and see how you're handling things. You know.
Hey, I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? That was a versus come true that I was looking forward to. I was tuned in. I enjoyed that one. As you mentioned, UGK. That's one of my favorites, right? And one thing I really loved about it was just the vibe that they had on stage. You
Yeah,
had a stage full of legends on there. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
everyone was just celebrating the culture. You know, um, it was a good time. It was a good verses. That was one of my favorites. That definitely goes down in the books as to one of my top verses out there. So I appreciate that one. That was a good kickoff for the weekend too.
yeah.
You
Memorial Day
know,
weekend kickoff with them.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was
That was
well
on
played.
point. That was very well played. Very well played. So I enjoyed it. That Friday night kicked off the weekend. Shit was solid. I enjoyed it. So that goes down in the books as good shit. Good shit. Good shit.
Definitely, definitely. Hey, man, but before we get out of here, so what you got going on this weekend?
Not much, man. Get ready. A lot of folks is redoing their weddings, or for all those weddings that got canceled during COVID. It's wedding season now, man. It's
Yeah.
just prepping for that, chilling, and just kicking it, man. But one question I wanted to ask was, especially to our fans, or our listeners, do you ever feel, and definitely comment, let me know what y'all think about this, because I've been trying to ponder on this. Do you ever feel that if you tell somebody something, right, someone who you're extremely close to, and we'll talk more about this, but do you ever feel that if you that you have to be wary of telling someone who you genuinely love, care about, whatever, who's in your circle, your squad, your boy, what I'm saying, your partner, whoever it may be, somebody who you feel is a confidant, right? So you can tell them something. Do you ever feel that you have to have some holdback because you feel that whatever you may tell them, they may use it against you in the future? And I'll elaborate more on it later, but drop some comments on that. I want to see what y'all think about that, and see if you ever just want to shield yourself, or are you afraid to let the shield down because you are afraid that someone will use it against, or whatever you may say, against you in the future. So drop your comments on
Mm.
that.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely can get to that one because you know I have my very strong opinions on that, so I'm definitely interested to hear you know the feedback you get from that one, and we definitely will go in depth with that one. That's a very good question.
Yeah, man, it's been making me think, man. I watched this clip the other day, so it made me think, and I was like, yeah, I want to see what people think about that. What you got going on?
Oh man, not too much this weekend. Probably you know do some stuff around the house. You know got some guests coming in town next week. Jam Jack and his wife Keita. You know they're coming out to the desert for a week. You know
Okay,
so you know, gonna kick it and hang out with them and, you know, give them the Dubai experience, you know, some of
that's dope.
the tourist attractions, but then also take them out to, you know, see the culture out here.
That's
And
dope.
it's I'm gonna see next week since Jam Jack's gonna be here. You know, maybe we get Jam Jack on the podcast for a minute or two and you know,
Okay.
we pick his brain about some things, you know, have an impromptu in Dubai studio guest. You know, we'll see. You know, I haven't talked to him about it yet, but you know, I'm sure he'll be open to it. You know, so So we'll see. So may have some guests, in the house and on the podcast next week. So we'll see how
There
that
you
goes.
go. There you go. Yeah, because they some well known travelers, so it's interesting to
Yeah,
see, and they got a squad too, and the fact that what I'm saying, they travel like that, I love it, love it, love it. Black love, black travel,
yeah,
that's where it's at.
yeah. Since they're coming out, I had to throw on my, Morgan State, track jacket, same jacket I should have had out in Paris last week. With it,
I
you know, kept the elbows, insulated,
hear you. I hear
provide
you. I
some
hear
some
you. I
heat,
hear you.
So shout out to Morgan State,
There you
the
go.
Morgan State.
There you go. There you go.
But before we get out of here, once again, shout out to Sheesh to you. Don't forget you can follow them on IG. Hit them up for all your hookah needs. For us, don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at In the Bowl Pod. So that way you can leave your comments, your feedback. We always bring up topics that are good conversations. With two highly opinionated individuals, and we love to hear the opinions of others. So definitely hit us up there. Last but not least, don't forget to keep those hookahs clean. After every use, make sure you wash it out so that way it's all set for the next smoking session. Last thing you want to do is have someone come to your crib, come to your spot to smoke hookah. Now you got to go through all your prep work and set it up. Save yourself some hassle and some trouble. Keep those hookahs clean. So until
Yeah.
next week, we appreciate y'all.
And as always, click, like, and subscribe.